here I've put, I've called it an achievable nirvana for process understanding. And I do think this is somewhere we can get to, or we can get most of this within the first 12 to 24 months from here. So if we look at the process here, we've got first box on the top left, the process discovery and mining technologies are deployed. This should get much easier than it is currently. There's already a lot of work being done on this. Traditionally, it's been hard to win over IT to implement process mining technology. There's data security things that they've worried about in the past. There's not having standard connectors, and that's created a bit of pushback. That's diminishing at the moment, but it should continue to diminish now. It's fairly important to have process discovery and mining working together. You can get I like to think of it as process mining is a 1,000-foot view of a process, taking those process logs, whereas the process discovery or the task mining gives a boots on the ground assessment. And you also can't do, or you can't really do conformance checking without task mining process discovery in there as well. So down onto the second box now. You gather all this data and it's automatically integrated. So one or two platforms at the moment who are doing both process discovery and mining. It can be somewhat hard to integrate the data from both. You use this data, you might have a couple of minor additions from process experts, but you form a digital twin of a process. The process provides the analyst, it highlights for them bottlenecks, the process flows, any variations, does path analysis, and provides loads of views like that. At the moment, you can get a lot of these views anyway, and ABBYY do a lot of them. But I think it's fair to say that it's not incredibly proactive. A user, a process analyst, has to be on the platform looking through the different views to try and spot the issues. Whereas I can see in the next year or two a more proactive approach with the platforms suggesting or highlighting key areas for the analyst to look at. Still in this second box, the platform uses scenario testing to provide suggestions on how to optimize a process, because it's highlighted these problem areas, and provide the best outcome, whether that's cost reduction or better customer ratings, which can be taken on board by the client or not really. As I was saying, it's fairly Monte Carlo based at the moment, where you could have, you could say a process is coming in once and it'll be the exact same as a process coming in a millionth time. So it's not really understanding the resource implications of a process. I can see that being a lot smarter in the future as well. The process understanding strategies are helping to build automation first processes. And when it comes to pushing a process through to the automation platforms, you're getting substantial instructions, I would say, compared to what it would be at the moment. You can highlight multiple variations and you can push as much of the process as can be automated as possible across, leaving just the human in the loop work to go through. And then following some testing of the process and the automation, you're onto this third block down here now. And that's, you've got a process that's ready to launch. You've still got the process discovery or task mining bots on end user machines. You can use them to guide a user through any human in the loop, non-automatable task for training purposes. And likewise, as we've got at the moment, conformance checking is continuously monitoring the users, helping them if they stray from a process, and reporting any non-compliance, or more importantly, I suppose, anything that looks like it's going to stray into non-compliance. So now that the process is live, we're shifting onto the right-hand box. The process understanding engine should be driving the processes against models formed in the scenario and what-if testing, and aiming to continuously optimize against a business metric, cost, or reward. It can also be triggering workflows. So as the example before, routing a task to the most appropriate human in the loop. And it's important here as well that you still keep the process discovery and task mining engines in use. Even if you're using RPA, those tools have a great view of the performance of the RPA segment of a process.